Friends and family, makeover, takeover. Literally, if you weren't here at the top of the show, we have Maria that's here. Maria's stepdaughter is going to be getting married, and she is literally getting a live makeover here.
Martino has cut a chunk of... The only thing she said is, please don't cut my hair short, so Martino did.
Oh my gosh! Oh, he's still cutting.
I know. Maria, I'm so sorry.
I
really
would be
like
so...
her.
Afraid.
Right, he's cutting it. He's cutting it, but you know what?
Wow.
He's right too. He's right. He's making great choices.
Oh no, I would trust him. Yeah.
I think that since I think I should have gotten my hair done by Martino just because.
I think you can probably make that happen.
I can wrangle that? I'm afraid I'll be bald when he gets through with me.
So because it's a MarlaWynne day at HSN, any apparel that you buy from MarlaWynne, whether it's our today's special, whether it's the 2-pack of the tees that we just offered to you, whether it's one of her beautiful toppers or sweaters or coats, anything from MarlaWynne, you get the bonus buy of this necklace for $10
Which I love
off.
this necklace.
So, and that takes the price to around $59 and change. You've got 2 choices in the necklace that I want to mention to you. There's a gold tone, silver tone, and then there's a gunmetal choice, which is next to me. And what I think is beautiful is that it's 42 inches in the length, but it's so versatile
well,
that you can
look at how beautiful it is when you wrap it twice. It becomes this very elegant piece to do on a little black dress, right? Or you can wear I love the silver and the gunmetal that you can wear with a pair of jeans and or a jean jacket.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Your jewelry has increasingly become very, very popular. You've got to be proud about that.
You know what, I am. I have to be honest with you, I really am. Yeah. My whole desire to start designing started on sets. I used to have actresses that would yell at me on sets. The guys never yell. They sometimes are a little dismissive, but actresses, then they'd yell at me and I can't cry on the set. It's not cool when you're the executive producer. So I would go into my trailer and make jewelry and like beading and wiring, and that would be like my knitting, and it'd be like, it's okay, you can handle this, and I'd make jewelry. So I actually made jewelry long before I made, but I did wire wrapping and beading and things like that. I did not know that. Yeah.
Just when I thought I knew quite a bit about you, you surprised me. Yeah. What's your take on jewelry though? How would you describe your style? Because
my style
I'm wearing your jewelry, all of our models are wearing all of your pieces. By the way, there's an entire jewelry store on hsn.com.
There's about 74 pieces
by Marla. So if you love the rings or if you love the bracelets and the earrings, they're all yours, which is beautiful.
Mine.
Yeah.
So here's I think how I think about jewelry. My clothes are fairly simple. They're well made, but they're very simple. And I see them as a canvas. Now, I would look silly with like a pretty, like imagine that there's a pretty little something hanging here. Like, what do I do with that? Like, that is like, it's not, oh, my kids gave it to me, it's sweet. But it doesn't give me a wow.
Yes.
And I like a wow. And to me, the right piece of jewelry, it's like nice outfit, better outfit. And that's really what I think a great piece of jewelry does. It's like that third piece that just finishes you off.
Well, this piece is a special buy because not only is it beautiful and versatile and would be the perfect accessory to finish any look, but you get, of course, the extra savings. And that works back to any apparel that you're buying on the day. So just find something that you love by MarlaWynne, or don't find any excuse, just buy the necklace if you'd like to. But it is the bonus buy on the day. And of course, you can pick this up for about $59 and change, and that is the price of the $10 off with our FlexPay. And if you've never ordered anything from HSN, FlexPay is great. FlexPay means you buy now, we ship right away, and then you pay over time, 0% interest.
Do you know, I was here for a while before I realized it wasn't layaway. That's what I grew up with, was layaway. By the way, I just have to say this. Wait, don't run away from me. Do you see what she's wearing? This is a trench coat made out of the flatter fit fabric. We have it 3 great colors. We'll be showing it later. I'm just saying.
Love that.
You're obsessed. You're obsessed. It looks so beautiful.
That looks so great, and that trench coat is perfect for the season we're about to move in, right?
We have it, I think, in pear black and canvas.
Is it in pear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, girlfriend.
I know, right?
That would be fabulous in pear.
No, a kid exists. You can get it. I know where you can get it, Marla, baby.
Oh, no, I know. If you'd like to have anything, you don't have to wait for us. You can go on to hsn.com. In the meantime, we are going to be moving on. Our item number is 697906. What do you think that they're doing in the back?
Because I think Martino's still at it.
He can't be still cutting her hair.
He's probably quit cutting. He might be like blow drying or something, or trifecting with his trifecta thing. He's got this new trifecta